Hi there and welcome to TechSplash. My name is Azam Khan, and in this video I'm going to walk you through 6 methods that you can use to fix or improve your Windows 11 storage. This video should address and resolve any problems with your hard drive or SSDs, any slowdowns that you experience because of your drives, and any corrupted files or partitions in your PC storage. Please note that this is the first video on the TechSplash channel and it may be a bumpy ride, so please bear with me. That being said, let's dive straight into method 1. Okay, so method 1 involves defragging and optimizing your drives. Now, what you're going to want to do is go to the Windows button here, the start menu, press on the text box and type in defrag, D-E-F-R-A-G, hit enter. It should open defragment and optimize drives, and it should open this tiny little window here. And what you're going to want to do is hit the advanced view button here so that you can see all of your drives and volumes. And then what you're going to want to do is take a look at this, look at a solid state drive and hard disk drive. I have both. You might only have one, you might only have an SSD or an HDD, and these work differently in this menu. So if you have a solid state drive, what you're going to want to do is click on it and hit optimize. What that will do is retrim it. And since I've just done it recently, it was pretty fast, but if there are problems with it, it will take longer and it should resolve those problems. And you're just going to want to do that for every single SSD. Then when you have an HDD or a hard disk drive, you're going to want to hit analyze, and then it'll tell you how much fragmentation it has. 0% is a good thing. What you don't want is a high percentage or anything above 0. If you have anything above 0, then what you're going to want to do is just hit optimize, and it'll go through 3 passes. And it's done. And that was pretty fast because I have 0% fragmentation, but if there are problems with it and if there is fragmentation, then it will probably take a lot longer. And if you have something like this, like I have an SSD that says never run and optimization not available, that is fine. Don't worry about it. That one's just not supposed to be optimized at all. Just ignore that one. And you're just going to want to go through this whole list and do that for each of these. And then for extra benefit, go to change settings, go to optimization schedule, hit run on a schedule, recommended. And for the frequency, I would pick weekly because daily becomes a little too often and it makes it more likely for you to experience some sort of slowdown because it's taking resources or it's overly optimizing it over and over again. It's not good to do daily, and monthly is a long gap in between defragments or optimizations. I don't like that, so a good middle ground is just weekly. You can ignore the second part, hit OK, and that is it for the first method, and you can just hit close. Okay, now we're going to move on to method 2. This involves the Windows terminal if you're in Windows 11, or the command prompt if you are on Windows 10, and the way you can access that is by just right-clicking on the Windows button and hitting terminal admin. If you don't have an admin option or if you don't have terminal, what you can do is just go to the Windows menu, type in terminal, right-click on this, and hit run as administrator. You'll get a little pop-up. After hitting yes on that pop-up, you have this open right here. Now in this little menu, what you're going to want to do is type in sfc /scan now. And what that will do is it will scan your entire drives and it will try to find and resolve any problems you have. This is a light scan, but it works for a lot of issues. So I'm just going to press enter and it may take some time. Okay, so now as you can see, the scan is done, and actually Windows Resource Protection found corrupt files and successfully repaired them. So even my PC had some corrupt files and they were repaired by this. It's a very incredible tool that can fix any issues that you have. But if for some reason this method doesn't work, the next method probably will work because it's another scan, but it is a little more intensive. So what you're going to want to do is not close out of this just yet because it is involved in the next method. And so what we're going to want to do is type in chkdsk, which is check disk. And if we just ran it like this, it would look for problems. However, it wouldn't try to resolve them. So what we want to do is hit /R, and that will try to find problems and also resolve them at the same time. However, if you don't want it to resolve problems, you're scared for some reason it will corrupt files if there's important files, not corrupt files, If you're scared that it will delete files or mess with your system in some way and you want to review the errors before it can correct them, then you can just run check disk like this. But in this video, I'm going to be hitting check disk space live R and just hit enter. Okay, as you can see, it seems that there has been some sort of error. Check disk cannot run because the volume is in use by another process, so you cannot run it now, but it will run the next time that your PC restarts. So what you're going to want to do is just hit Y and enter, and then the volume will be checked the next time the system will restart. So that will happen if you try to check the current drive that you're on. However, if you want to check another drive, you can just do chkdsk check disk space and then just the drive letter that you want to check. So if I want to check my D drive or my E drive, I can just hit E and press enter. Oops, do I not have an E drive? Okay, it finally worked because what you need to do is put a colon after the drive letter. So check disk space E colon, and now it's currently checking my E drive, and that was it. Now it's done. Windows has scanned the file system and found no problems. No further action is required, so that's a good thing. Now once you're done scanning each of your drives and making sure that they're okay, you're done with this method and you can just exit out of the terminal. Okay, so now for the next method, what you're going to want to do is go to your browser and download a little application called CCleaner. CCleaner, CCleaner download. And once you're on the download CCleaner website, this is a completely free product. Do not get the pro version. You really don't need it. There's really no benefit except for maybe automatic driver updates, that kind of thing. But for this video, the free download version is just completely fine. So go ahead and download this. I already have it downloaded, so I don't really need to go through the process. Next, you're going to want to go to Windows button, type in CCleaner that you just downloaded, and click on it. Now this opens this window. This is CCleaner, the software. It is a software that can clean up your PC. First thing you're going to want to do is go into health check, which is what we're on, scan PC, and we're going to wait. I'm just going to keep these open for now, but you should close them and do a deep, thorough search. Now scanning. Okay, now the scan is complete and we can see there's a lot of things that it wants to remove. There are cookies, browsing history, and temporary internet files. There are certain websites online that require cookies to keep you logged into that website. So if you have a website and you're automatically logged in every time you access it, that is through a cookie. So while you might think cookies are bad, sometimes they are good. So if you don't have websites like that, make sure you select this and keep cookies on. But if you have a lot of websites where you want to stay logged in, you can hit this. And you can do that automatically. If not, if this is a little too cumbersome, just deselect this and keep the other two. If you need to keep your browsing history for some reason, you can deselect that. But I recommend that you always remove temporary internet files. It helps with your privacy, it helps with speeding up your web browsing, and it helps with any drive problems you have. So just hit clean. And it cleans the PC. That was pretty fast. The next thing you're going to want to do is go to custom clean. And this is a little more of a deep clean. If you did the health check and you're fine with that and you're done, that's okay. You can skip this step, but I'm just going to go through it with you for people who want a deep clean. You have tons and tons of things here that you can remove, but there's only certain ones you will want to delete. Like for example, old prefetch data. This is just a warning. It's not necessarily true. I have had no problems with deleting prefetch data. It is just old cache that might be slowing down and causing problems in your system. Another one is wiping free space. This will increase the time the cleaning takes. So if you don't have a lot of time, you can deselect this. Most situations I would select it just so that you can clean your drive and make sure there's no other outstanding problems. All of these other types of caches you can look into and delete it. Go up to system. You can select these, anything that you're sure you won't use. DNS cache, I'm going to select that. Windows notifications, I'm going to select that. Delivery optimization files, these are Windows updates that may have had some sort of cache for some reason that you can select to delete. These will increase the time it takes to analyze and clean them, but it is worth it. Next, you can go to Applications tab up here and go through all your applications, select anything you want to delete, then we hit Analyze. We'll close Edge. Next, it wants to close your other browser. I will not for the purposes of this video, but I completely recommend that you do this. Hit yes, but I'm going to be hitting no. Okay, so now it is complete and you can see all of your cache, tons of files, Edge, Chromium, Internet Cache is crazy, empty recycling bin, temporary files, memory dumps, Windows log files, Windows web cache. It skipped Firefox because I chose that, but I would recommend that you press yes to all of them and then just hit run cleaner. These selected files will be deleted from your PC. Do you want to continue? And I would press continue. It again wants to close Firefox. You should definitely do this. However, I'm going to press no for the purposes of this video. Okay, now the scan is done, the cleaning is done, and our PC is a lot more lightweight. Okay, another thing that you should do is go into Tools, go to Registry, and then make sure all of these are selected and scan for issues. This will scan your entire registry and check if there are any issues that might be messing up your PC, might be messing up your drives, your storage, corrupting files, a lot of things here. It might also just clear unnecessary things in your registry, but it's always good to do. Review selected issues. I would recommend making a backup for the registry beforehand and it will save in a file, and then hit fix all selected issues and instantly they're fixed. You can close this and that's it for that. And that is it for the fourth method, and you can go ahead and close CCleaner. Now, if your problem still isn't resolved, if you have outstanding issues, if you have things like high disk usage or really low storage, if you don't know why your storage space is lower than it should be, then what we can do is right click on the start menu and head over to disk management. Now what this menu will do is it will tell you about all of your disks, all of your volumes and your partitions. You can just expand this out a little. And here it will list all of your partitions and your disks. Now what this will tell you is if you have any unallocated space like this on my disk 2, this is my E drive, then you can create a new volume on this and that will be more storage space. If you find yourself having limited amount of storage on your PC and you have this unallocated space, that might be why. So what you can do is either wipe all of this and create a completely new volume that will take over the whole drive and you will have more storage, but you probably don't want to do that. So what you can do is create a new volume here and you will have more storage. Also, this will tell you if there are any other issues. All of my drives and volumes and partitions say healthy. That is a good thing. And if your drives say anything other than healthy, then there may be a problem and you may need to reset that drive and format that drive. Now, if you can't access this disk management window because your PC is inaccessible, Windows is inaccessible, then what you're going to want to do is go to your command prompt, which you can access the command prompt in Windows Recovery. So if you have access to this, you're going to want to type in disk part. One word, disk part. Now this is a program that I'm in. You can see right here it says disk part. Now what you're going to want to do is type in list space disk and it will list all of your disks. It will tell you the size of it, how much of it is free, and it will also tell you if it's GPT or not. Now after that, what you're going to want to do is type in list volume and it will list all of your volumes as well, and it will tell you if it's healthy or not. Again, if any of them say not healthy, that means there's a problem on that drive and you might have to reset that drive or find a different solution. This just tells you the format of the drive. Some are FAT32, some are NTFS. These are both normal. If it's something else, that may be another indication that there's a problem, but not necessarily. And you can see the drive letters here. You can re-establish the drive letters. If you want a more in-depth guide of disk part, please let me know in the comments. And then after this, you can just select a volume and type in list part, which will list all the partitions. Now you should, if this is volume 0, if this is your Windows OS, you should have three partitions. One of them is a primary, one of them is the system, and one of them is the recovery. Their sizes may vary, however, you should have all three of these. If you're missing one of these, then you may have to reset your drive or find a way to add it, because these are all necessary to boot up into Windows normally. Again, if you would like a more in-depth guide on disk part, then please let me know and I will make that. Now you can just close out of the command prompt. Now guys, that is it for this video. If this video solved your problem or helped you in any way, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the Tech Splash channel. I would really appreciate it. If you have any questions, concerns, or issues with the video, please let me know in the comment section. If you have any video suggestions for the future, please also let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and see you later.